Okay, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to another Reaktor tips and tricks session. This afternoon I thought it might be good fun if we made a kick drum synthesizer to go with our bass synthesizer here. I fiddled around with that a little bit, but it's pretty clear what's been going on there. Nothing too complicated at all. So here's our bass sound. Simple enough. And now I want to put in a new Reaktor sound for our kick drum. So I made the MIDI already. I'm going to drag another Reaktor 6 onto this part. I'll start a new ensemble. So we're going to make a psytrance kick drum generator, which is not a particularly complicated procedure. Again, this is a one oscillator sound, so it shouldn't be too complicated to work out at all. Immediately I'm going to jump into the bento box. I want an oscillator to produce sound. I want a note in. I could use a trigger in as well, but for me it's slightly easier to use the note in. I'm going to need quite a few envelopes. One, I need to control this VCA, so the output envelope stage. I'll drag that over there, connecting the gate. I want two envelopes to control the pitch, and that's what I need to get the basic sound going. So I'll connect the gates into those. I need a way to mix these signals together. And because of the way that blocks works, and it's kind of a modulation structure, you have to be quite careful about what mix you choose, and I want the mix 4 here. Currently, I'll send the out from the first gate into L1, I'll send the out from the second gate, envelope, into L2, and I'll take the output of that and I'll put it into pitch. Again, it's important this sound is steady. So I'll connect the gate into the oscillator reset. And then I'll send the output waveform to the voltage controlled amplifier. Connect the amp envelope up to the modulation input and send all of that to Reaktor's outputs. I'll rename some of this. Call this sweep. This is just to make it clearer when I'm working on the panel. Call this click. I'll call this sub. That's a misnomer, but it gives a pretty clear idea of what I'm working with. And I'll call this amp. Let's jump around to the panel and get that all in view and try and make some sound with it. So the first thing that happens is the note comes into the synth, so I move that all the way to the left. And then I start controlling the oscillator. Now I like it to have the pitch controls to the left of the oscillator. So I control the click and the sub of the oscillator. And that all jumps out of the amp. Okay, so let's have a little think. I'll mute the Reaktor channel working on. You can see that the note in's working, and if I play with these, you should be able to see that this is working too. Yeah, our envelopes are working. Change the shape of the envelopes to these logarithmic sweeps. I'll get the amp working. Okay, and that's immediately starting to sound like a weak kick drum. Push out the release. Keep sustain up. Maybe something like that. oscillator reset working to give us a steady sound. I'll move this down in pitch. To about there. I'll collapse those so it's obvious they're not in use. And so to control the envelope modulation and mount, I now control these. Let's get the click stage working. You know, I've routed this incorrectly. Alright, so I want to take the pitch from the trigger in and put it there. And take the output from the mixer and put it into the modulation slot. That might work a little better. About there? Yeah. And now on modulation slot, I'll move that up. That's better. So this first section, the click section, I'm just going to work on this sound. That's going to be about right. And that is the very sort of front of the sound. And then I move on to the subsection. And this is a much longer sound. And there's a lot less of it. About there. Okay, so that is a basic kick drum sound right there. You've got to be careful. If I run it all the way up, you can hear that there's a hard cap to what this oscillator pitch can be. About there's the maximum cut-off I can get away with. Let's have a listen to that with the bass line. Psytrance, straight off the bat. But how else might we improve this generator? I can still hear it chirping. There's better. So stop that for now. How else could we improve this? We could put in another envelope. I've still got a mod slot B available on this synthesizer. So let's put in another envelope and show you another control I could use. And at the moment, I'm just using a pure sine wave. What I could do is take the output from this new envelope, put it into mod B. I'll rename that, and I'll call this waveform. And to generate more interest on the attack, I can use it to modulate this point here. Now, if I go and set the decay too long, I'm left with a kind of techno kick drum. But if I set the decay to around the time I've used on the click time, then I can generate a lot more harmonic interest. The other thing I might want to think about is using a filter on the sounds. Let's jump back in and select a filter. I'm going to use the pull filter here. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to use the dual SKF because it has a high pass as well. And I can use that to shape the sound slightly more effectively. So I'll put the output of the oscillator into the filter. I'll move that after the event. Get a bit of a bass boost going on. Nice and low. Let's see if what we can do at FM. So I'll also take a sine wave output and put it into the FM. I have no idea what this will sound like. Let's get experimental. And do some modulation of the low pass. Going to use the click envelope here. Well, maybe I'll just use the pitch envelope actually. Something like that. Let's have a listen to it without the filter again. I'm not sure which one I like more, but it gives you an idea of what you can do with a filter. And it's got maybe slightly more body to it. That's with, that's without. Bit of a gain difference, I think, which is making it harder to tell. So I'll put in another VCA. Let's use a level monitor. So I can get some idea of what's actually going on. Okay. So minus 9 point something with the filter. Oh. 5 dB difference, okay. About there. And so that's our kick drum. That's with the filter. That's without. I'll take a little listen without headphones. Very difficult to work on kick drums with headphones, and obviously I'm using headphones so as to not prompt my microphone for 2 seconds. I'm pretty happy with both of them in terms of the attack, which is the difficult bit to tell with headphones. Okay, I hope that was useful for you. That's basically how you make a kick drum generator using Reaktor blocks. You have 2 separate envelopes to control the pitch. One to control the very front click of your kick drum, one to control the body and sub of the kick drum. You send that all to a mixer to mix together your modulation sources into one and send that to Mod A. And use that to control the pitch of the oscillator, which is phase reset, to have a little click on the front of the sounds. You can, if you want, use another envelope to modulate the waveform, and I go sort of up into that kind of region, and that generates lots of upper harmonics. You quickly sweep through them. Then you can, if you wish, go through a filter. You can use this SKF to use the high pass resonance to bass boost your sound, or you could use the pull filter with its bass boost as well in the resonance setting, and you shove that all out through your VCAs. It's also advisable to use the logarithmic shaping on your pitch sweep, as MIDI pitch is logarithmic, not linear, and that'll make a much more natural sounding sweep to my ears anyway. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm not quite sure what we'll do. Maybe we'll look at some other forms of synthesis and ways to generate other typically used parts. Thank you very much.